Alright guys, if you haven't been paying attention to the news, then you know the government is still shut down, and this weekend is looking to boil over when the EBT cards get shut off. We've got threats, we've got rumors. Well, I think you should be prepared. So, let's discuss. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, before we get too deep into the discussion, down below, always in the description area, is going to be links to the merch store. I would suggest you guys try to buy some merch out of the Bonfire link. They seem to have a pretty good turnaround. You can always just become a member here on YouTube, Patreon, Locals, and at the very least, I just ask that you throw a comment down in the comment section, like the video, share it with everyone you know, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you toggle that notification bell. This way you always get an update when I put up a new video or I go live, which is usually on a Saturday night. All right, let's get into it. So, if you guys haven't been paying attention, then, well, there's tons of rumors out there and veiled threats about what's going to happen here coming November 1st. And depending on where you live, it might be a scene out of The Walking Dead. Here's what we're talking about. Apparently, today, and still, the government is shut down, and it's looking to continue the shutdown all the way through next week and beyond. Come November 1st, EBT, or better known as SNAP benefits, is going to shut off. Nobody is going to get any money for food. Now, some of you probably are not on SNAP. Some of you might be. It does affect 42 to 44 million Americans nationwide, which is about 1 in 6. And we're not here to talk about the fraud, the abuse, and all that. We're here to talk about the threats. Now, if you have the ability, I suggest you might want to go to the grocery store earlier than November 1st. Go pick up your staples, because this weekend and leading in the next week might get a little dicey, depending on where you live. I have been seeing tons of different videos via Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you name it, it's out there. A lot of them are AI generated, which is kind of sad because you're watching this video and you're like, oh man, this is like a little over the top. Generally, those are probably going to be AI, and they are making people look like idiots. That being said, some people can't distinguish between reality and AI. Usually the AI ones are going to have some sort of watermark from like Sora. That being said, I did put together a little compilation I did find online to show you the best of my knowledge, some real videos, and we're going to cut to that right now.
Got that text that the link is definitely cut the off for November. Y'all better stay the out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with carts and I'm not paying for shit. Trump, if you won't, motherfucker start looting, it's gonna happen.
Trump cutting off food stamps right before Thanksgiving, bad and all, but my people ran out of stores with the cart full. I bet it's gonna be some turkey on my plate, ham, mashed potatoes, greens, dressing. It's gonna all be there. Don't worry about it.
You know what? Since they want to take food stamps away, I'm going. Since they want to take food stamps away, I'm going to Walmart. I'm going to rack up any damn Walmart, throw this right in the basket. I'm coming right about the move, get the my way. I'm not paying for a damn thing. Y'all got me up. I ain't getting a food stamp on EBT. Oh, watch this. Watch this. I'm about to, it's about to be some bullshit.
If you work at a grocery store and you know that the food stamps is not working in November and you see people stealing and you snitch, they're to die.
Y'all better lock y'all cars at night, lock your cars, lock your house up. If you're one of them people that just leave your car unlocked, parked in your driveway, you better lock it. With the food stamps being gone and people not gonna have people gonna eat, okay? Nobody's just gonna, this is 2025, nobody's just not gonna eat, food stamps, I'm telling you right now, even with the government shutdown and the food stamps and stuff being gone for next month, and it's gonna affect everybody, there's about to be a lot of stuff going on.
Dear Mr. Trump, I don't care nothing about what you and your little side piece, Miss Argentina, got going on. Okay? Release my food stamps. I got 8
people, my people. I wish we stopped crying about this motherfucking EBT card. At the end of the day, they trying to see is we gonna stick together. And we are going to stick together. Fucking November 3rd at 6:30, we're going to Walmart. We're going to fucking Walmart. And at 7:30, we're going to walk out of Walmart with our fucking buggies. Okay? The thing is, they can catch everybody. You feel me? All you gotta do is run, Forrest, run. Okay? We have to stick to fucking together.
All right, so seeing those videos makes me really worried that some of these people might take the opportunity to actually engage in buffoonery. Okay, we know, historically speaking, the best way to ensure some sort of revolution would to create food shortages. Because you get food riots, people are hungry, and they go absolutely ballistic. That being said, I would suggest, in the interim, if you are going to Walmart, Target, your local grocery store, you might want to pay attention, you might want to go armed, you might want to keep your head on a swivel and don't go alone. Because, yes, we've seen the rumors of people are just going to go into these stores and they're going to loot stores like Walmart, things like that. But then you had other people discussing how they're not going to do that. They're just going to rob people in the parking lot. That is a little nerve-wracking. You're pushing your little buggy out to your car and all of a sudden a mob of people just rob you and take your things. So why is this a real big concern? Well, if you live in, not just here in Connecticut, but any bastion of blue state, most of these states you're not allowed to actually defend property. The only way you're able to defend yourself is if you believe you are about to have imminent bodily harm or death upon you. That being said, somebody comes up and tries to take all your groceries, technically you're supposed to just let them go because you can't defend property. So, desperate times, people do desperate things. Now, do I really think it's going to be insane? Honestly, I don't know. I doubt it. I think that it's just a lot of hype, a lot of people saber rattling, things like that. But I have seen a few videos this morning when I was just kind of scrolling through the news of some of our local politicians out there making little videos blaming the current administration with the shutdown. And we're not here to dig into politics or anything like that. I'm just looking at your safety, my safety, and everybody else's safety. So, depending on how this goes, guys, you really want to be ready. I really hope to God you use some foresight and you actually do have some sort of emergency stores for instances like this. Because if there's a run on the stores, massive mobs looting, depending on where you live, you might not be able to run down to the store and pick up your eggs, bread, or milk. Thus, you will need to use emergency stores. That's why I show you things like the MREs that were at Ocean State Job Lot. $30 for a case. One case is 12 meals. That's 12 days worth of food for an individual. If you pick up a couple of cases, hey, you're set for about a week plus. You know, I hope you have emergency food stores, at least canned food. And we're not talking about the freeze-dried food, which I hope all of you have. But, hey, to each their own. Me, I like to have all these things kind of there because sometimes it rains, sometimes we get blizzards. Weird things happen. There are things called natural disasters that have happened in various places, especially where I have lived. And you're just not able to get out to the store. So, hey, nature can be a real bitch sometimes. Now, we got to also look at the situation. The way I see it is, I really doubt, even though the government is shut down, I'm pretty sure by November 1st, they're going to find a way to fund these. Here in Connecticut, I know the local government, our state government, has allocated $3 million for the 300,000 SNAP recipients. And the $3 million is going to Connecticut food banks so they can bulk up on storage. So they can go buy more stuff, thus you can use a food bank. Honestly, the $3 million for 300,000 people is not much, but that is what Connecticut has put forth. I know, I think it was One of the other states has declared a state of emergency to help release some funds to help individuals. And there are other states where they're not doing anything. Again, I really don't think, personal opinion, that the government is not going to find a way to actually supplement this or get the funds there. But then again, hey, I could be wrong. It seems like currently neither side is wanting to give any ground. Thus, we are at a stalemate and everything is still shut down. The Republicans want to pass a clean CR. The Democrats say no, and have repeatedly voted no. I think we're up to like 12 votes to open the government when the other side has said, no, we are not caving to your demands. You must cave to our demands. And since neither side is willing to cave to either one's demands, now we're running into things where the military is not going to get paid, EBT or SNAP is shutting off as of November 1st, and these governments are slowly breaking down, which, well, will cause people to start to do dumb things because these people that are out there running their mouths aren't thinking. Obviously, I would hope everyone would fall back on community, neighbors, friends, family, even your local church. But unfortunately, most people won't. So here's my advice. Get to the store early, just in case. Make sure you are carrying an everyday carry. Keep your head on a swivel. Don't go alone. It's always better with a team. So you, a spouse, go with some friends. Get what you need. Don't lollygag. In and out. Get your stuff, go home, and hopefully nothing happens. But like I said, social media is full of these veiled threats and warnings. And unfortunately, a lot of people on social media, well, they tend to just be lemmings. We just had the No Kings protests, and now we've got the food problem. So I don't know what to tell you. I do know this, though. This is going to have ramifications beyond what you guys think. Because grocery stores, whether they're big box stores or your Walmart or a Food Lion or your Kroger's or whatever, they order X amount of food. It's for people that buy food normally, and of course your EBT or SNAP users. So we have this amount of food. Well, if SNAP isn't working, you got a group of people that aren't going to buy food. So now we have excess food. You cannot keep this because a lot of this stuff will go bad. So they're going to throw it away. Which means the next time they order, they're not going to order as much. So instead of having this much on the shelves, you're going to only have this much. So less food there. Once all of this blows over, it's not like flip a light switch and we can just get more stuff because the store orders less, the producers will ship less and then produce less. And then once everything goes back to normal, it's kind of hard to ramp up production and meet the needs of the people. You kind of saw this during Cooties when the supply chain faltered and everything started falling apart. We couldn't find toilet paper, paper towels, couldn't get ammo, couldn't get a lot of things. And it was something that I always argued for when I was doing my master's degree, that just in time does not work. Okay, if you don't know what that is just in time for manufacturers, so a supply chain built on just in time, you only get what you need when you need it versus having a giant warehouse full of spare parts, spare equipment, things like that. That creates overhead, which is expensive. But if you do just in time, well, you only get what you need when you need it. It does make sense on paper until there's some sort of break in your supply chain, whether it be an cootie outbreak, some sort of natural disaster. It could be a million things, but once a little wrench goes into the big machine of just in time, it all starts to fall apart under the weight of the supply chain, because It can't handle it. It can't handle a hiccup, let alone what's currently going on with the state of affairs today. So I know this is a departure from our normal discussions of dealing with this, that, or the other thing, gun laws, guns, things like that. I'm just saying, hey, I've seen videos where people are going to, rob the store, rob the people in the parking lots, and I'm sure there's been a few videos, which you saw, where they say they're just going to start raiding other homes for basic needs. So food, basically. I would say stay vigilant, keep your head on a swivel, make sure you lock your doors, and pay attention to what's going on, because at this point, it looks like the degradation of society is just the beginning. I think if things continue the way they are, with neither side budging and things shutting off, desperate times create desperate people, and they're willing to do desperate things to get by. So, be safe, keep your head on a swivel, guys, and I'll see all of you in the next video.